is because of the war going on right now. What is going on? What caused this strike, and how will this affect you and other musicians and artists currently and also in the future?
Well, it's the timing and evolution of the spirituality. It's the fact that we are in a certain place in our time in our lives right now where we just had a pandemic, cost of living and everything started shifting in the United States. If I'm just strictly talking about the United States right now, um, and the content, they're running out of content. And you have to be spiritually gifted to be a movie producer, director, singer, songwriter, rapper, artist, any type of, an entertainment entrepreneur. So if you're not coming out with something that's gravitating, that's not the same, that's been redone so many other times, so many different ways, then you're not going to make that much money. And they're looking in Hollywood right now for people like myself that have so many new innovative ideas and giftings. And right now, that's what's going to make the pay go up for all women. Me being a woman going into this industry of different giftings of showing, being a movie producer, a director, a singer, songwriter, a rapper, giving that languages, giving all of this power and source to these projects. It really does make the economic development in this industry grow because you're showing this new version of the 21st century of what exists. And that's what I'm here to do. And I can't wait to do it. And I'm doing it now.
Well, you said that people are running out of content, but what I've noticed on YouTube, YouTube is always showing that there's new content to be made. Like there's still YouTubers making millions of views, like 10 millions of views just by podcasting or by the topics or making these short creative films. And it's just like if they can do it, why not Hollywood just Hollywood's good at, I'm not saying they steal ideas, but they're good at taking ideas from people and putting high budgets and turning it to something new. Like for instance, Disney. Disney was known for remaking fairy tales, but made it their own twist to make the Disney brand. They added music and creativity and flavor and jokes. But it seems like you said, movies now it's the same as like for instance the Marvel universe or the Star Wars universe. It's like there's a guy named Matt Walsh I saw. I don't watch all of his content, but there was one about Star Wars he talked about. He said like we know it's like how many movies about Star Wars can you make? It's like we already know everything about it, but not all movies about outer space has to be Star Wars. There's so many other stories you can tell about outer space. There's so many stories you can talk about the ocean, or so many stories you can talk about technology. I was like, wow, that makes a good point. Like Jurassic Park. Could there be other movies about dinosaurs other than just Jurassic Park? I'm like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. So,
Thing is, it's
yeah,
bland.
go ahead.
It's bland.
Go ahead.
It's boring. It's not innovative. It's not catching our attention. When I go on Netflix and I go on Hulu and stuff like that, I've seen some other dinosaur movies. They catch you for the first 30, 35 minutes, maybe 25, 30 minutes in, and the rest sucks, and it's just, it's grabbing hold of your creative abilities and keeping your viewer, your audience motivated to keep watching it and
Mm.
excited. What's going to happen next? It's got to be a jaw dropper. It's got to be a thriller. Something's going to happen. Is it going to scare you? Is it going to pop out? Does it have to be scary? Are you taking all those concepts and putting it into all combined? Just like the languages, one song has 4 languages in it. Are you mixing it up? Are you making it exciting for the people? Are you giving them a little bit more to be creative with? That's what it boils down to. And that's what sells nowadays, because you have all these spiritually gifted people. And what do they have? An imagination. And you have to give them that creative imagination in that space of movement. If they
Mm.
don't have it and you're not even giving them something to think about what's happening next because it's so boring, they're going to turn it off and they're not going to download it again or recommend it word of mouth to their friends. And all the marketing money went out the window. So it's like you just got to be innovative. Now, content online, YouTube, stuff like that. Yeah, they can watch somebody eating something. Okay, that's disgusting. Who's going to want to do that? So, yeah, I might watch it 46 times, but I'm bored after that. You're getting a little too disgusting for me. It just there's so much to think about in that moment. It's like with movies, it just has to be fresh, it has to be relevant, it has to be produced in the moment. With evolution, you go ahead and gravitate that with your imagination and creativity. You're living in the universe, but you're also living on earth. It's different dimensional patterns of thinking. That's what sells.
Very good point. Very good point. Well, the thing is this, like you mentioned before, yes, how many times can you see someone doing the same choreography on TikTok? How many times can you see someone doing something, making pranks on YouTube or on Instagram, and just gets bored after a while? And I think Ari Spears, he's a comedian. He made a good point. He's like, listen, there are a lot of comedians on Snapchat or Twitch or whatever where they can post, or TikTok, they post like a 20-second clip of some joke or some funny slapstick, and they can get millions of views. But then Ari Spears is like, yeah, okay, that's great. But if I invest you like a 10-minute short film, or a 30-minute a 30-minute performance, stage performance of you doing comedy, can you do that? And he mentioned that no, most people who do that 6 second jokes or 6 second comedy skit, they couldn't do it. That was actually a good point. So it's like on YouTube, yes, you have the freedom, but when you have too much money in hands, there will be limitations. Can you create an idea with all this money in your hands and make that a hit? Same thing with albums. So you do make a good point with that.
Well, think about this. If I had all that money in my hands, I would make Hollywood really, really wealthy. And as far as in Dubai, they would probably be even wealthier, just due to the fact that I come up with concepts and ideas every second. Before I go to sleep, I close my eyes, I come up with 20 concepts and I write them down next to my bed. And it's just one of those things. Either you got it or you don't. Either you're connected to that higher source and you use that energy in a certain place in your mind in that time in evolution, because it's right now. You take hold of gravitation of right now. Science, it's all of it. All lives do exist. It all aligns. It's all connected. We are all connected. Matter is, how far deep does your mind go and where are you willing to take it to get there?
Very good point. Well, Miss Calife, I see that time limit is at the top again. It says